Hello, leader. Is it ever too soon to get your business and your team ready for the summer? I don't think so. After all, time flies by and you're busy. So are your team members, and you've likely been caught in the past by not having the right prep in place for this much anticipated summer season. Remember that? Remember running out of time? Remember running short-staffed? Or juggling a swing in client cancellations, reschedules, or no-shows? Remember feeling guilty about taking time away from your business? Do you remember getting interrupted by your team while you were supposed to be focused on having fun? Yeah, let's not do that again. So today, we'll be getting you ready ahead of the season by taking a look at the risks and the rewards of running your small business during the ever-popular warm days of summer. And be sure to grab a great workbook that accompanies this episode so that you can do a great job of even more super summer prep activities for your business and your team. Oh, and at the end of the episode, I'm giving you an inside peek into what's coming up on the Stacking Your Team podcast this spring and summer. Welcome to the Stacking Your Team podcast. Thanks for tuning in and following your curiosity to learn and honor your personal conviction to be the best leader you can be. On this podcast, you won't hear a bunch of theories presented by academics who haven't been in a workplace in years or ever, and you'll not hear from executives who are flush with capital, people, and pool tables in their cafeteria telling you how to build team culture. Nope. Why? Because you are a small business owner and you've built something great out of nothing. And through it all, you've learned that you need a team, but not just any team. I'm your host, Shelli Warren. I've led winning teams in retail, innovative technical teams at a Fortune 50 corporation for decades, not-for-profit boards, and in online business, and helped many remote teams win at work. And I can tell you that no one escapes team troubles, including me. These days, I'm the CEO of Stacking Your Team, where I teach and develop tools for small business owners so they can attract, retain, and develop their teams so the founder can step out of her day-to-day operation. I'm so happy you're here because we all know that the people side of running your business is often the most difficult, and the team that got you here may not be the team that gets you there. So come on, let's jump in to today's episode. First up, let me congratulate you on deciding to listen to this episode and not stay complacent and think, it'll all just work out. Because likely it won't. Successful leaders are people who plan, follow through, reflect, and improve. So everything in their business, including themselves, evolves. A recent graduate of the Leadership Lab 101 program just emailed me to tell me about her upcoming time away from her business. Here's what she had to say. I've planned to take 3 months leave from the business shortly, and I feel comfortable and confident. My team will still be running the business when I return. Wowzers! This is a very big deal. Here's what else she said. It's an intensive leadership program that took me back to basics, helping me take stock of my current team and their strengths and challenges and where I fit into it all. I realized that I needed to step up and change how I managed if I wanted the business to move forward. It helped me see my role as a servant leader rather than a transactional manager. Now, of course, she hails the 5-hour work plan as her aha moment when she realized that tool was going to enable her to actually step out of her day-to-day operation. And she's doing it, getting ready to take 3 months away and leave it in the very solid hands of her team. Could you take 3 months away from your business and feel confident that your team was prepared, capable, and ready and willing to run the business in your absence? Okay, let's do it. I'm going to share 3 risks and rewards that are directly linked to your level of preparedness for your summer, whatever your summer typically looks like in your business. The first risk is an obvious one when we think about the summer. Here it is. Everyone wants time off, maybe even the same days and time frames off. This is a hassle because people have PTO that they've earned and they want to take it. But if you don't have a process to submit requests for time off in advance, it comes down to last-minute decisions that can often look like favoritism, and we don't want that. I like to encourage my clients to have time off requests for the year submitted by their team members in March, preferably before the end of March every year. A simple form that highlights which time slots are priority also helps you and your leadership team make decisions and confirm the request for your team members in April. Asking them to declare their priority weekends or weeks is a must. And I want to reinforce with you that that is not unreasonable to ask. Time off is also a topic that should be talked about during one-to-ones. Essentially, you'd want to confirm what paid time off is available to each team member and ask them about their plans by reviewing their most recent request form. It's not uncommon for people to blow through their PTO and then not have the time available to them when they want to use it. This can absolutely impact other people who have also wanted that specific time off and didn't think they'd get it because someone else had it as their priority and submitted their form before the deadline. This can absolutely impact other people who also wanted that specific time off and didn't think they'd get it because someone else had it as their priority and submitted their form before the deadline. Back in the day when I was vacation planning for my large teams, I would keep meticulous notes and backup documentation, leveraging our payroll system that I reviewed during one-to-ones so that the team member was always aware of their time running out or having too much time not taken that can also be a challenge to manage. Now, sometimes the best laid plans go awry and the person needs to adjust the request, which is easier to manage when you have as much notice as possible and you have the bulk of your vacation plan set and confirmed for your team. It also helps when you have records that prove that they often ask for last-minute changes or they had a specific prime holiday week off last year, and you want to make it fair for everyone to have this priority week off too. It helps to include on your time off request form exactly what the prime weeks are on the calendar, and more specifically, what are the prime weeks or holidays that impact your business? Decide how many prime weeks or long weekends the business is prepared to confirm for each person. Now, some people will think that because they submitted their request form and highlighted their prime weeks and priorities, that's an automatic yes. And it's also not always obvious for team members to understand that asking for time off during the week prior to and after Christmas isn't a breeze to make happen in a brick and mortar shop. After all, these weeks are primary shopping periods, and you need staffing to provide quality customer service. Nothing is worse than holiday shopping in retail when appearance standards are off point, you can't find what you're looking for, and you can't find anyone to help you. I've seen customers walk out and head to their phones to order something online because you're not providing a great shopping experience for them. And some businesses are not impacted by holidays or prime weeks at all. That's cool. It definitely makes vacation planning easier. However, it's still important to ask for everyone's desire for their priority time off so that you can try to accommodate it without impacting the business. The risk is that customers and clients feel abandoned if there's a skeleton crew on, or you have team members, but they're not familiar with the needs of a specific client, so those inquiries and services go dormant while someone is on vacation. That's not a good look for any business. And the reward for having a stellar vacation planned out in advance is that you and your team get to have quality time off that refuels everyone. You'd have minimal adjustments and people will feel confident that they have the time to take off in the bank, ready for them to make plans with their family and friends. The next risk when we think about the summer season and having your business and team prepared for it is this: stalling projects, client care, sales, and follow-through because you don't have the right level of skills on hand. Essentially, someone is off, and now there's such a deep gap in capability that your bottom line is feeling it. This is a symptom of poor or non-existent cross-training throughout the year. I've seen so many business owners get hit with this reality during vacations, or when someone is suddenly ill, or someone wins or is gifted a trip, and now the team is left to pick up the slack while they're away. And it's actually a hardship for everyone, and your clients and customers are feeling it too. Often the CEO steps in to pitch hit. But if it's been a long time since you did the role, so much has changed, and now you don't look like help at all. You could be making things worse. So let me ask you this. Why is it that you're more inclined to plan for and follow through on cross-training for someone's maternity leave, but you don't put an effort towards this for any other times? Is it because you typically have more leeway leading up to the big day, so you feel you've got more time to make this happen? You know, my clients in the leadership lab lean hard into a signature tool I call skill stacking that is directly linked to building more agility within their teams. They build a plan to meet the needs of the business while also taking into account the career desires of their team members and make a match to ensure that not only is cross-training an expectation for everyone on the team, but everyone is held accountable to stay current on those skills. When you have a robust cross-functional team that is equipped and qualified to backfill for another person, you lessen the risk of losing clients and revenue due to poor performance or poor client and customer experiences. The reward when you do have this in place is that everyone feels valued throughout the year, not only for their core skills, but for bringing the extra capability when the team needs it most. The last risk that I'll share with you today when we think about the summer season and having your business and team prepared for it is this one. Define criteria and boundaries for contacting you or other team members while they're on vacation. Now, this is a big one. I often failed miserably at setting boundaries for being contacted when I was on vacation. You know, it's such a disruption, and it can instantly pull you back into the fire, back into the day-to-day, when you want to focus on family or friends or simply chill. Don't let your ego tell you a story that you're so damn important in your business that you simply have to check in every day on everything. That's a cop-out. That's controlling, and that's a symptom of not having robust team structure and processes in place to ensure your team isn't reliant on you. It's not a badge of honor to wear that your business can't run without you. It's not a sign of success or importance or deep mastery or high ownership for what you've built. No, it's the opposite of all of that. Success is measured by the successful people you've nurtured, coached, and developed around you. When your team achieves, the business achieves, and therefore, so do you. So as of today, let's stop making excuses for how tethered you have become to your business. Some of you are so entrenched in the day-to-day that your revenue and profit growth has stalled because you simply don't make time for business development. Is that what you want? To stagnate and become complacent and risk losing your mojo? Maybe even demotivating your team with the same old, month in, month out, year in, year out. No, let's create small businesses that thrive and where everyone who works there thrives too. So deciding on when it's appropriate to contact you while you're away from the business and in what way and who will be contacting you is exactly what will keep the team focused, moving forward, feeling engaged, and feeling like they really can make decisions, following on your standards and your processes, all without you. Having those processes documented, easily found, and simply normal for everyone to work that way, follow through that way, and own their work plans and outcomes now makes it a moot point when you're away. It won't actually feel very different for them if you're not around because they're already doing it the right way, making the right decisions, and moving the business forward every day anyway. So before I send you off today, I have 2 extras for you. We've created a popular workbook that you can get right now. It's free and it's packed with actions so that you can take a break from your business anytime, but especially this summer. Head on over to the show notes or visit stackingyourteam.com/tools to get your copy and then book a one-to-one with your leadership team to collaborate on these activities that will set you and your team up for a great summer. And while you're at it, have them listen to this episode as prep for that one-to-one. Okay, I also want to give you a heads up about what's coming up on the podcast. I've got some clients that will be joining me on air. I love being able to highlight the incredible work they do, and they always have something that we can learn from simply by talking about the hard stuff that it takes to lead a small business these days. I've also got 2 new series that I'm working on. One is designed for your team members to elevate their leadership skills, mixed with a bit of tough love, reality checks, you could say. And I promise you'll want to use those episodes as hot team meeting discussion topics. The other series that I'm working on is a summer school series of episodes designed to bring you back to the basics of leading teams. These episodes will be your chance to refine the core aspects of your leadership style and your ability to lead and grow. So if you haven't already subscribed to the Stacking Your Team podcast, you need to. And while you're at it, why not subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll also be able to tune into the episodes if you don't want to listen in on your phone or from the website. You know, leadership can be exciting, challenging, and lonely at times. So don't go it alone. Let me help you create the team and the leadership structure that you've been craving. So until next time, remember, if you have a dream, you need a team. So let's get stacking yours today.